Everyone here knows Russ Smith, point guard for the Ville. Obviously, his bourbon brand, Mr. and Mrs. will be turning as the official bourbon of TBT this summer. Excited about the partnership on that side, as well as getting Russ back in the Ville uniform, playing in TBT this summer alongside Montrezl Harrell, Chinanu Onuaku, Peyton Siva, just announced today, Kyle Kuric, and a bunch others. Russ, why don't you give us a little quick opening statement on your excitement for the summer, and then we'll open the floor up to questions as people raise their hands.
Nice. Well, thank you again, Jake and the TBT for having me, and I'm grateful for the partnership. I'm very excited to get started in July again. Last summer, I was doing a lot of moving around for the Bourbon, a lot of tours, a lot of signings. This year, I'm trying to be a little more locked in with the tournament, with the team. So we've kind of trimmed a bunch of signings and appearances to really focus on the basketball part. So hopefully we can, win a few more games and win the grand prize.
Got a first question here from Jody Demling. Go ahead, Jody.
Russ, what was last year like to do that again, to be back with those guys? Obviously you liked it. You're going to do it again this year, but what was it like for you as far as the emotions and the people?
Man, it was. I'll tell you what. It was so much fun, Jody. It was so much fun. The environment, the energy, and like as a competitor too, being with those guys just brought back a lot of old memories and just the adrenaline rush. And then some of the guys from the team were watching us play, so we all just tried to go over the top. Obviously, the TBT is a little bit different with the Elam ending, so you don't have like in your normal way of closing out games to wait for the clock to run out. So I think this year, with the guys we have now, and the chemistry we have, because of how much fun it is to play with them, we're trying to figure out how to close games just a little bit better. But it was awesome. Like just from a competitive standpoint, it was awesome.
Montrez was there last year watching you guys. He got into it pretty good. He told us a month or so ago that he was like, I wanted to do this. What's it going to be like to have him back out there and play with him?
Oh man, Trez is probably he's gonna be one of the smarter players on the floor anywhere he plays at. As you can see, the Sixers definitely missed him this year. They could have used somebody as physical and smart and the leadership. But his presence alone is gonna be much needed. And he's a competitor. You don't get too many people that, watch from the sidelines and that's had the career he's had, and then the next year just go, you know what, I'm play. A lot of people wouldn't do that. Trez is one of those guys that just loves to compete, and that's why he's done really well for himself because it's high level of competing. So I'm just happy to be on the same side of the court with him, and I know he's going to be one of our main guy.
My last thing for me, how's the Bourbon? How's it going? How are you doing health wise? And then how is the Bourbon? How's that venture going?
Man, healthy wise, I'm really blessed, Joey. I'm really blessed. I've had some bad luck with injuries for about 2 years of my prime career, but now I'm finishing out this season again. I'm leading the league in scoring for the second year in a row here in Italy. So I'm very grateful, very happy about that. And I feel really good. I feel really good. And now I think my body is back used to playing basketball and the impact. So everything is well, knock on wood. And then as far as the Bourbon, um, it's becoming, it's a passion of mine. And we're doing really well. We just got into Tennessee, and we're in Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and obviously the partnership with the TBT has been really helping us, and we're just grateful for everything we have coming our way, and everything has been organic. We try not to do nothing like cheesy or phony. We just want to put good juice and good quality juice in our labels, give the consumers good product, and and let the product and the quality stand on its own. So we're doing a really good job with that, and I'm very happy where we're at, and we're just constantly growing and constantly trying to scale.
Thanks, man. Good to see you.
Good to talk with you, Jody. Good to talk with you. Hope everything's well too.
Next question here from Tyler Griever. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, what's going on, Russ? Good to see you again, man.
Hey, Tyler.
For this tournament, you guys saw how well the local fans responded last year. How much did that raise your expectations for what you guys could see in year two of this venture?
Man, we're very competitive guys, so we want to figure it out at the highest level. And then we were all teammates with each other, and we were all under the same roof and program, and we're all good people. So we know the expectations of people here in the city when they come to watch us. For one, they want the nostalgia rush, and we're going to try to always provide that. But we're also going to try and really lock in and try and get a third victory this go around and try to go further than we did before.
And you guys get to have some fun too with a Kentucky team now in the fold. I've seen you kind of worked with them a bit as well. What's it like to now kind of have the rivalry? The rivalry has its spot in this tournament with both schools represented, and I'm sure it's something you both are going to enjoy.
I think it's amazing. I think it's really good for the state. I think it's really good for basketball. And I think right now the TBT is in a really unique situation because with this climate of college basketball, kids are just jumping ship and just leaving schools. I think this is a really good way for players and universities to kind of give back to each other and to just bond again, right? Because this is the climate where this is where what you come out to see. You come out to see rivalries. You come out to see your favorite team with players play against your rival school with players that you're familiar with because the guys stayed. So I think this is going to be dope. I'm working with the UK team as well on some labels for them. We're doing the U of L labels, so all around it's going to be truly amazing, and just hopefully we can see each other when we see each other and made a better team win.
That's all I have for you, man. We look forward to seeing you back around.
Appreciate you, Tyler.
Yeah, man.
We got Mason up next, and then we can get to Kay Haskins. Go ahead, Mason. Mason, I believe you're muted. You don't mind unmuting. Going once. All right, let's come back to Mason in a second. Go ahead, Kay Haskins.
Hey, what's up, Russ?
Hey, what's good, baby?
What's good, man? The crowds at Freedom Hall last year were amazing. I know you expected to see big crowds, but were you even amazed by how great the crowds were for those games last year?
I'm not gonna lie, honestly, the crowds were electric. Like it was so dope. But I come from a crowd of 20,000, so it would truly be amazing if we can like really sell Freedom Hall out. Like I wanna feel 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people of that. Like because the 6,000 people was crazy. So I can't like I want to know what 15,000 people of the 6,000 people would feel like. It was truly crazy, and the energy was amazing. The people that came out, the from the people courtside, Rondo, Trez, and Jordan. It was dope. was dope.
Your roster is getting closer and closer to what your roster was when you was at U of L. How special is it for you to play with all these guys again?
Nah, it's fun, man. It's so much fun. It's like you don't get these opportunities often, and this is why we do it. And for someone like me, I've been on the wrong side of injuries in my prime for like 2.5 years. I want to kind of cherish these moments playing with Peyton and Trez and Kyle and stuff. You know, that's really important to me. So I'm just happy I can be of service.
My last question: your relationship with Peyton has been special from day one. Just talk about being back on the court with him one more time, and just talk about how special your relationship is.
No, Peyton is very important to me as a friend, as a brother. And you know, this is somebody I followed in high school and watched his path. He was, you know, the best player in his state. I think he was Mr. Basketball in Washington. And he was a McDonald All-American. This was my class, you know, 2009. I wasn't ranked. I was looking from the outside and just in admiration. And then I got a chance to get to Louisville. I don't know how, and ended up playing alongside of him. So that was an amazing trip ride for me. So everything that he does, I'm always going to be a fan. I'm always going to try to support what he does, and I'm always rooting for him, as like any of my brothers. As for Trez, as for Slime, as for Gorgie, whoever it is, I'm just very happy for him. And Peyton is definitely one of those guys at the top of the list.
I'm good. Appreciate you, bro.
Of course.
All right, we'll try Mason again, and then we'll get to Matthew. Mason, go ahead.
All right, you got me this time?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Sorry about that. So Russ, coming in, second year now with the TBT, taking a look back at last year, what maybe kind of surprised you about the format, just anything really with it, and something that you feel a little bit more prepared now coming into year two?
No, I think the Elam ending is definitely what makes the tournament really amazing. But also for us, we're guys that close out games in the last 2 minutes. So as you can imagine, with the Elam ending being about scoring, it can provide some difficulties. So I think we have to figure out a good way to get eight to get the eight efficiently, and I guess work through there, because we're gonna be good. But the key is just closing out games on a different format. I think if we had a time ending, it wouldn't be a problem. We'll just have Peyton just hold the ball or something. And but with an Elam and getting eight, and it's like a whole different game and a whole different game plan. So I'll do my best to be better down the stretch, and we have some good leaders. Trez will keep me in check, and we'll go from there.
You kind of touched on it with Trez and adding a big physical body like that, especially with kind of the rules format being more kind of inclined towards FIBA style. How beneficial is it to have an enforcer like Trez?
Nah, it's super beneficial because for the most part, not saying we didn't have any leaders last year. Guys were obviously locked in and we were very close. But Trez is different, and I think everyone will see the impact he'll have immediately. And not definitely as far as an enforcer, but more so behind the scenes in the huddle, in the locker room. And Nano's like that too. Nano's like that. Nano's the one that'll grab me and go, "Yo, Russ, we need a good one this play." And I'm like, and it's that stuff we need to. I think is important that your teammates make each other uncomfortable sometimes, and Trez can do that, and that can raise the level of everybody on the court. So I'm very grateful that he's on the roster.
And last one from me, but is it going to be weird calling Peyton maybe Coach Peyton this year with his new role now with Louisville?
Yo, Peyton's always been coach, man. Peyton's always been coach. He's born for this. He's ready for this. I don't know when, but he's gonna have a clipboard of his own really soon, and he's gonna be calling the shots somewhere really soon. And he's gonna have a long, great career on the sidelines. And I'm just very happy for him. But he deserves it. He deserves it. I wouldn't mind calling him coach.
And the last one for me too, just kind of veering off maybe from the TBT stuff too, but what has it been like these past couple months just to kind of see the Louisville fan base kind of get re-energized like it has with PK?
I think it's really amazing. I got a chance to speak with him and and just talk about if there's anything that I can do to help or contribute. And he's fired up and he has great energy, great juju, great work ethic. You can smell the work ethic on the man. And that's all you want. That's all you ask for, right? Like it's effort and what you're putting into it. And I think it's important that we all support anyone that's giving the maximum effort. And with Coach PK, you can just smell it on him that he's living and breathing everything he's preaching to the fan base. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen, and I'm rooting for the university. Behind the scenes, there's some liquor stuff going on with Yum and everything. So of course I want 20,000 people in the stands for selfish reasons. So I'm just very excited for the season coming up.
You think we'll get PK at one of the TBT games?
I hope so. I think so. I think so. I think that'll be a blast. That'll be a gas if he come pull up but I think he'll do that.
Right on, Russ. Appreciate you, man.
Of course.
Thanks, Mason. And then we'll go to Matthew here for the last couple questions. Go ahead, Matthew.
Hey, Russ. Obviously, you guys have a bunch of people coming back from the first run in TBT, but you guys have a new guy in the lead coaching chair in Reese Gaines. How much do you anticipate that on maybe impacting on what you guys do from an X's and O's standpoint?
Nah, Lieberman and Reese are two different guys. But I'm excited to see what to be under Coach Reese. I'm for sure going to try and do whatever I can to help and to make him look really good. And I think I'm not too familiar with his style of coaching, but I mean, he's a former hooper and one of the better ones to come through U of L, one of the best players to come through U of L. So I'm just excited to try and play well for him. I think we all should be excited. We're all Louisville guys. As a former Louisville player, we want to make him look good. So definitely going to give 120%, maybe more if I can, and we'll see if we can go and win some money.
And going back to the Bourbon endeavors, what do you think is the biggest thing you've learned in your years since you established Mr. and Mrs. Bourbon?
Wow, that is an amazing question. I think the biggest thing I've learned, besides like the cliche stuff, the timelines and projections, that part is very important because any hiccup in the behind the scenes and like the dry department can kind of mess up timelines and projections. So just being a lot more organized and trying to foreshadow not problems but just hiccups, just trying to see it coming a mile away where there might be some bumps in the road. That can help with just making things run efficiently. But other than that, it's been so much fun. and I enjoy the liquor industry. Like I enjoyed bourbon whiskey specifically now. I guess being in Kentucky for so long, um, got me, they got me used to it. So, yeah, I would say that part, that's been the main thing.
Being on that side of the bourbon fence for this long, have you started to develop like maybe a favorite mash build or anything like that that maybe we can see with Mr. and Mrs. Bourbon later on down the line?
No, of course. My mash bills are my favorites because those are the ones that I bring to market. So it would definitely be my wheat, my wheated bills. Most of my products are wheated. My white label, my green face label, and my red face cast. That's absolutely destroying the market right now. Those are all wheated bills in the same wheated bill, but just proof down. And then I have another bill, my rye that we put out a single barrel of, but we also proof that down to 90, and that rye is more so more sweeter. And we also have a bill that we use for a high rye bourbon, and that's in our 90 proof blue label. I'm not too I don't really enjoy high rye bourbons, but this one really stood out because it reminded me of a wheated bourbon. So yeah, like my bills are definitely my favorites, and I'm a big fan of Willet products. Drew is is my guy, so a lot of his family reserve stuff I like to sip on.
And last one for me. How soon after the last TBT did you and Peyton and Kyle and Nanu come together and be like, yeah, we need to run this back?
I think after we lost, especially me, it was all, it wasn't, I felt awful because like, um, I felt like I wasn't at my best. And I mean, a 80-day tour would have something to do with that. You're just drinking bourbon every day and you're on the road. So I'm actually surprised I did half as good as what I did last year. So I don't plan on doing that again this year at all. That was crazy. But I definitely wanted to run it back. And then Kyle did for sure. We were all pretty upset after the last game. And that feeling that we had, like we know how to lose together because when we lost with Patino, you could hear a mosquito land on a table. That's how quiet it was. And that was one of the first times and since then that I've been in the locker room that cohesively quiet, and disappointed. So I think immediately. Nana was upset as hell. He probably wanted to kill me. But we were all pretty upset. But as competitors, that's what you want. If the locker room ain't like that after a loss, then you're on the wrong team, no matter if you're winning or losing.
Thanks, Rush. I appreciate you, man. It's great talking to you.
Of course. Thank you, Matthew.
All right, that will wrap up today's media availability. Russ, appreciate you hopping on, and we'll see you in July.
Of course. Thanks, Jake. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, talk soon. See you.
See ya.